Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Where are you coming from?
I'm Seremban, sir.
Oh, just nearby. Do you know where
Uh,
is my kampung?
no, sir.
Waikilah kampung. It's just nearby, Rembau.
Oh, near Rambau. Okay.
Uh-uh. Okay, which part of Seremban you are?
Oh, near Senawang, sir.
Oh, so, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long you have been there?
In Seremban, sir.
Uh,
Since I'm born.
oh, more
Uh-huh.
than 20 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what course you are currently in MF5?
Mechatronics.
Mechatronics.
Yes, sir.
So, how many students do you have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. Okay, only you, the only male in the group.
Yes, sir. It's like last minute masuk.
Last boleh masuk.
I,
Okay.
tak ada group, so just masuk je. Ada vacancy dalam group ni, so that's why.
Okay. Never mind. It's okay.
Yeah.
So who is the moderator for this interview?
Actually, it's supposed to be Akila, but I'll be doing the introduction.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I think if you are ready, then we can start now.
Guys, up to korang. Start ke?
Boleh start kalau nak.
All ready, eh?
Yeah, ready.
Alright. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Right. Good evening, Dr. Azman Senin. A warm evening. We are students of Unical MFI. I myself, let me introduce myself. I'm Tarshan Raghavan. First and foremost, thank you for allowing us to interview you. It's a great pleasure for us to interview as a part of our assignment, Professional English subject. So we have prepared a few questions for Doctor. So let me start with a few questions. Hopefully, Doctor can answer us with patience, right? Okay. So the first question will be, since we just still inside the introduction area, can Doctor tell us a bit about yourself and your personal background?
Okay. Thank you. So good evening to all. A bit introduction about myself. My name is Azman bin Senin. Currently, I am one of the academic staff for UNIKL Malaysia Italy Design Institute. For educational background, I'm holding the PhD in mechanical and material engineering. I have been working with industry for more than 15 years. The current subject that I would like to share with my student is basically on mechanical related subjects, manufacturing subject, and also leadership subjects.
Thank you so much, sir. That's quite of a service. So, sir, tell us why lecturing? What made you to become a lecturer? Specifically, why lecturing?
Okay. I have been in industry for 15 years. Then I also currently in the academic line, which is for more than 10 years. Of course, both areas, they have their own challenges. But for me, if you speak about myself, I enjoy to share what I have learned, what I have gained my experience during my industry period. Okay, because not many people are having this experience. So I enjoy to share this with all the fellow students, including five of you. That's why I'm accepting this offer to be part of your class interview, because this is not my first time. I think this is number 10 of 12. Okay, I was being interviewed by professional English class. Okay, from my own students from MIDI and also from MFI and the other Unicel campus.
So I'm pretty sure we are not the first.
Yes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
number 12 or number 13.
Oh, that's a lot, sir. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Let's move on to the next question. So, why did you had to leave your previous job?
As I mentioned just now, I would like to share my experience, perhaps my small knowledge, okay, from the industry with the young generations. Yeah, because one of the objective of education is to make sure the generation from generation are getting better and better in term of knowledge, in term of skill, and perhaps in term of civilizations. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah.
All right, sir. I would like to ask another question, which is, what inspired you to be part of educational system, educational development, whereas there are many other fields like you can be a part of a company, engineer, or in other field. Why specifically educational development?
Okay. When I was in my old careers, okay, in the previous careers, so I'm doing all the heavy engineering related works. So I install a lot of press machine for automotive stamping dies. Yeah. So with this knowledge, okay, I transfer to UniKL. Okay. Perhaps Akilah know about this. I'm one of the pioneer who are developing a new railway specialization for UniKL. Okay, I able to develop this because I'm having a very good experience in the heavy industry. So this is one of the my passion, because building up a new thing is part of my my career. So I never, since my first day working in the automotive industry, I always be in the project. Yeah, so I never stop doing my projects. Okay, until today, I secure a few grants. I secure a few projects from outside for Unicare. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice, sir. So, since we are talking about Unicare and stuff, and may like, can we know about your involvement in Unicare MIDI? Like when you started, when you joined Unicare and everything, when your journey started, sir.
My journey with Unicare started back in June 2010. So at that time, I joined UniKL Media, Malaysia Italy Design Institute, as a senior lecturer. And then in 2012 or 13, okay, I started doing a new railway specialization for UniKL. We had a small team. I still remember I started the work with my intern, okay, which is I recruit from UniKL Media students. The journey start there. So we started to try our luck, to try our best. We try our proposal to get grant, development grant from Malaysia government, which is through Economic Planning Unit. Alhamdulillah, after 3 years down the line, we managed to secure some fund to develop EKL MIDI and Assurance Center. Yeah. So for me, doing a project is part of my career, part of my life. Yeah.
Okay, sir. I think for the introduction part, we have known something, at least something about you. Don't worry, there are still a lot more questions waiting for you, sir. So,
It's okay.
yeah. So I would like to pass to my friend, Nurin, to continue with your interview, sir.
I think before Nurin interview me, can Nurin introduce herself?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
Tasien. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to
Waalaikumsalam.
Dr. Azman.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time for this interview sections, and we really appreciate it. My name is Nurin Damia, and I'm taking, I am Unicad LMF5 student, and I'm taking electromechanical course.
Okay.
Okay.
You may proceed with questions. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I also have a few questions to ask doctor. So, as we know, in work or life or even everything that we do, there must be an ups and down before we achieve our goals. After all the hard work, sir, that you're going through, can you share with us your proudest achievement since you have been involved in this field for more than 15 years?
Okay. Maybe I just share what I have achieved in UniKL. Okay, it's quite relevant because it's still new. Basically, I started the railway specialization under UniKL flagship way back in 2013. At that time, the top management of UniKL decided to introduce a new specialization, which is railway. So by using my previous knowledge, experience, and also my networking, I started the project. Of course, by having a planning on that. Yeah. So the first thing that we do is basically we try to get the full support from MARA, Majlis Amanah Rakyat, because with their support we can move ahead our planning. So we received their approval, and then I started to make a paperwork, a project proposal to secure some development grant from Ministry of Finance in 2014 and 15. Yeah. And then at the end of the 2015, our proposal was successfully accepted by government. Of course, not only getting the money, okay, delivering the project is another very important works. We established very good teams of namely coming from UniKL MIDI. In fact, I have one team from UniKL MFI, which is electromechanical lecturers are part of my team in MFI. Then I have also a team from BMI. Of course, I cannot deny when we do the project, there will be up and down, but we must always be positive, look at the both sides, okay, what we have done correctly and then what we have done wrongly. Yeah, so we need to learn from both sides.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm still learning about the railway, and I am very amazed with your careers, and very inspires me to be a determined person in the future. So I want to ask my next question. Since I am a student and still studying, I'm having a difficulties to manage my time. So how Dr. Azman manage your time when you were in university? Do you have any challenge regarding time management?
Okay, if you mind asking my experience as a student in 1990s, I think we are having the same problem. Okay,
Yeah.
it is a common problem. Okay, but the challenge that I faced in 1990s and what you are facing now is totally different. In my era, during my era, we don't have any issues on the gadget. We always be either at the lab or at the football field. Okay, because I'm a sportman, so I will be either in this one of this area. Okay. What I can say is basically as a student, what we can do is basically on the time management, you need to attend all your classes, yeah, attend your tutorial, okay, and then submitting all your practical works, yeah, all your lab reports. So, and then if you have any problems, you just go and see your lecturer, okay? Tackle them, okay? Don't put silent, don't shy away from your lecturer, yeah? So that's one of the tips that I can give to you. Because when I was students, I very not many times I met my lecturer, because I think when we produce a good assignment or good works or good lab, so we don't have to stamp. So it is actually a wrong thing. Yeah. So even though you produce a good report, okay, good lab report, you still need to see them, okay, knowing them, okay. In fact, after 20 years, if your lecturer still know your name, then you can part off lah. Okay.
Okay, that's a very clear explanation and tips that we as a student can take it as an advice. So let's move on to the next question. So sir, nowadays students, they don't really focus on extracurricular that university provide, but more focus on studying. So when you were a student, did you get involved in any extracurricular activities, and what activities that you would advise students to join in their university?
I'm a sportman, okay. So I play football and takraw, okay, every day without fail, okay. Since secondary school, I'm very active with the sport. I also one of the active members for Silat, okay, the martial arts, okay. So every week we spend about 6 hours a week for training. I also the members for convocations team for UKM, because I studied in UKM in 1990s for 2 years, okay, in year 1 and year 2. Yeah, of course, okay. All this activity will help you, okay, to develop your leadership and time management. Even though when you are working later on, you only not doing one project, okay. So you need to do multiple project depending on your company size. So by having earlier experience, okay, in UniKL, actually in UniKL MFI, you are having loading for your study, you are having loading for your extra curricular activities, then you become a good person to manage your time. And also the most important thing is to control your energy and your I say your feeling, okay, not to feel stress and so on. Yeah, because if you started to feel stress during your study, then it is a not very good indication for you when you work later on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the advice. I will definitely take it as a tips. And okay, this is my last question for you, sir. So, sir, Dr. Azman already faced many challenges from being a student for many years. So, what changes that Dr. Azman think that can be made to improve university lifestyle?
Basically, I'm not the right person to answer this, because I'm not the person who taking in charge in SDCL. But if you ask me, SDCL is only a department to manage, okay. But student, okay, your own self, you need to improve yourself, okay. The turning point is with you, okay. The university able to provide the activities, okay. Of course, UniCal is a very good is having a very good SDCL program. I think each student need to fulfill 6 spices. Yeah, I forgot the detail what is the spices. They are having all this program to make sure all the students can experience all these 6 spices, at least one during your study in UniCal. But you as a student, you need to plan by your own. So which area you are having more interest, yeah. So you cannot rely only on SDCL executive or staff to guide you. Okay, you your own must do your own reading. Okay, you need to project yourself. You are the only one who understand who you are, right? How you behave, okay, how you control your emotions. Okay, so try to fit in with the UniKL activity. Yeah, as much as possible. Okay, you need to balance. Okay, your time. Okay, for study and SDCL activity. I think for your study, at least you are spending 20 hours a week, right? So
Yes.
perhaps for your SDCL, perhaps you can spend 5 to 10 hours a week, should be good. Yeah. So at least you have another 10 hours, 15 hours for your time to do revision, to do reports, and to do the other academic activities.
Okay, that's a very, very clear answer. And that's all from me, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I will pass to Farhana Munira to proceed this interview. Thank you.
Okay, Fana.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, Fana, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, Doctor. And a very good evening.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, sir. Okay, first I will introduce myself. I'm Farhana Mira, and I'm majoring in course electromechanical system.
Okay.
Okay, so first question from me. What does the best advice can you give to us as a student to achieve success in life?
As a student, this is the time for you to start the planning. To be honest, when I was 8, okay, never planned my life. Okay, I just make sure I pass my subjects. Okay, at my best. Yeah, it is not a very good things to share with you. Okay, but this is a reality. Okay, for me, the university time is the best time for you to transform yourself. Okay, to have the turning point. You need to start looking at the outside world. Yeah. One of the turning point I experienced is when I did my internship with one of the multinational companies in Nilai. So it really changed my view about my study. Yeah. So for all of you, I think UniKel, we have the industrial mentorship program, right? Have you heard about industrial mentorship program?
Not sure, sir.
No, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, you go and see the triple IP staff. Okay, ask them about industrial mentorship. Okay, this is a good program where you can expose yourself with the industry. Okay, so when you start having experience, okay, visiting the industry, asking questions to the industry people, you start to understand how the real work starts. Okay, how the real process works. Okay, so you are not going to be what can I say, short sendiri lah. Okay, you are not understand the process in your lab only. Okay, so you will understand the whole process. Okay, in the company. So how they apply the principle that we learn in the lab to the real process. So then you start to understand. Okay, how important the exposure to you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's a good advice, sir. Okay, can we proceed to our next question?
Okay.
Okay. This might be recall memories when you are still a student. So the question is, can you describe or maybe tell us a little bit about your lecturer or teacher who has had a major effect on you?
There are many good lecturers. Okay. During my whole time as a student, not only at the university level, since our primary school. Perhaps I taught a lot to my mathematics teacher, okay, in standard 3. Okay, there are one accident happened to me. Okay, so from that accidents, okay, I said to myself, okay, I want to be a very good person, a very good student in mathematics. That's how my engineering journey started. Okay? To have a very good engineering or technology knowledge, you must be good in mathematics. But my mathematics teacher is my favorite. Okay, I still remember him. Okay, he already passed away about 20 years ago, but the knowledge, okay, that he shared to me carry until I become a very successful person as of what I am.
Okay, that's quite good memories. Okay, next question. Maybe lead or focusing on your experience as a profession. How do you handle pressure at work?
How I handle?
Yeah. How do you handle?
How I know what?
How do you handle pressure at work? Any kind of pressure that maybe you are.
Pressure.
Yeah,
How
pressure.
I handle pressure at work. Yes, I cannot deny the pressure at work, but working is a process. Okay, if you having a passion, enjoy your work, then the pressure will become your challenges. Okay, so same goes to you when you are studying. There will be a time you are facing a tough subject. So experience it, okay, and then challenge it. Okay, don't give up.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Into the next question. Do you have any experience with failures as a lecturer? If so, what did you learn from it?
Failure, not really, but I always share, okay, my my experience with the students. Yeah, I don't have any because academic and industry are totally different career. Okay, but in the industry, yes, okay, there are some projects that I need to repeat again, need to do again. Yeah, but for academic, there is no real failure. In fact, my current project is quite successful. Okay? Because I'm having a very good experience managing a huge, large project in my whole careers in the automotive industry.
Okay. Okay. This last question for me. Okay. Do you agree that professional and personal life should be separated? What was your experience?
No. We shouldn't separate the professional life and our personal life because it come hand to hand or hand into hand because sometimes the personal life will become important to you. Yeah, sometimes the professional life will become okay. It's a very hard to make decision. Yeah, because later on when you work, okay, become a young technologist or engineers, okay, you will start to feel the challenges, okay, and later on, inshallah, you are going to build a family, okay, from one person become 2%, perhaps become until okay, until the certain number you want, okay, and then it will be a lot of challenges. Yeah, so for me, balancing is a very important thing. Yeah? You need to balance your work life and also your personal life. How to do it? Okay, the answer is with you. Okay, because you know yourself better. Okay? Perhaps you know your family better, and perhaps you know your career better.
Okay, sir. Okay, that's quite a great experience that I heard from you. Thank you, sir. Okay, I will pass next question to Reclaim.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. A very good evening. My name is Riklin Waljikaria, and I am currently studying at Unikel MFI in Bachelor of Technology in Electromechanical System. Currently, I am in SEM 3.
Okay. Are you from Indonesia?
No,
Okay.
I'm at Sabah. Currently, I'm at Sabah.
Which part of Sabah you are?
I'm from Kota Belud.
Kabul?
Kota Belud.
Kota Belud.
Yes.
Okay. How far from Kota Kinabalu?
About 2 hours car ride.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start with my question. Of course, I believe personally, I believe people who have careers from they start after their university until now, many of them will face challenges. Some the easy one and some the extreme one. So my question is, what until now, what was can you pick one of them, the challenge that you faced along your journey to your career?
Sorry. Sorry, can you repeat again? Your voice is breaking. I think we are having problem with the data connection.
Okay. Is it clear now? Can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now, sir?
Okay, now I can. Yes, I can listen to you. Yeah, I can hear your voice. Yeah.
Okay. My question is, what is the most challenging task that have you faced at your job until now?
The most challenging task. Okay. I think all the tasks are very tough to be delivered. Especially when we are young engineers. Most I cannot exactly remember which project because I have done a lot of projects. Yeah. Even though my first project I also deliver successfully because I'm having a very good teams and support from the team members. Yeah, so when we are working later on, when all of you are working later on, remember to establish network with your peers. Okay, having a good networking with them. Okay, then they will share. Okay, how to handle the job properly. Yeah, so become the part of the team is very important.
Okay. Since you are a lecturer, as far as I know, based on the background that you just told us earlier, why do you think an excellent education development is very important in our world for now, or in the near future, or in the far future?
The education is very important. Your questions.
Why do you think the education development is important?
Of course, the technologies are changing. Okay, from day to day. Okay, even perhaps from second to second. Okay, so we need to keep with this technology. Okay, the only way is by having the right education. Yeah, so that's why Unicel is investing a lot in getting the new equipment or up-to-date equipment such as IR 4.0 equipment, because we need to keep pace. We need to keep update with the technology. Otherwise, the future graduate that Unicel produce will be left, okay, or will be not accepted by the industry. Yeah, so, that's the one example. Okay, and then for the IT, of course, there are so many new technology is being developed. For example, the apps development, the multimedia developments, the programming developments, yeah, big data, AI, and so on. So education will play a big role to make sure we can tap this knowledge, tap this skill, okay, and produce the right manpower for the industry and also for the country. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for answering the question. My next question is, among your career, your journey until now, was there any career setback that you have faced, which later on you realize as an advantage?
Setback. To be specific, I don't have any setback. Okay. In fact, I improve myself every 5 years. Okay. So even though I'm working with the automotive industry, I still able to secure my master. Okay. Then I graduated in my master within the time frame. Yeah. For me, enjoying the works is very important. Okay. Same goes to you. Okay, you need to enjoy your study. Okay, of course, I think I mentioned just now. Okay, so there will be a time we are facing a tough project or even a tough subjects. Okay, we must face it. Okay, um, remember my tips. Okay, always meet your the source of the knowledge, which is the lecturer. Okay, even though when we are working, okay, remember we need to see where are the source of the process, which is perhaps our managers or even though our clients. Okay, we need to face them. Okay, get advice from them. Okay, okay, deliver what they are expecting. Okay, and then most important thing is be punctual. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, because we do need to respect our lecturer for now and the near future. My next question is that, what skill do you found vital in your field of work?
Okay, for the skill, it will be depending on your. Okay, so let's say when I working with the automotive industry, so I develop the um, 2 or 3 skills, okay, during my time. So I'm good in handling CATIA software. I also good in the machining process. I can produce my own components. In fact, I can install 400-ton machine. Okay, by my design. Yeah. So all these things we need to experience. Okay, we need to be there. Okay, to face the project challenges. Okay, there are some of my friends, they are running from the projects. Okay, so you are not gain the experience from this behavior. Okay, of course it will be difficult, okay, for you to handle your life. Okay, but if there is no pain, there is no gain. Yeah. Okay, can you get my question, my answer?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
because your voice sometimes are away from my and sometimes are breaking. Any question you?
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. As far as I know, right now, doctor is working as a lecturer in media, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, before you said you work in industrial, right?
Yeah.
Before you work as a lecturer, I mean, after you graduated, after you finish your studies, what influenced you to enter the field of industry, or what influenced you to change from industrial to lecturer?
Okay. When I graduated in 1997, at that time there is a lot of jobs. Okay. In fact, I received 7 offers. Okay, in my hand. But I choose to work with Proton. Do you know Proton? Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I selected Proton because Proton is the national car companies. Okay, so my passion is basically in mechanical. Okay, I love to see mechanical things work together and produce things that can be used by the other peoples. Yeah, so that's why when there's a new project, okay, in my department, I'm always the first one who offer myself to run the project. What made me switching from automotive to teaching profession is basically, I think there is time for me to share my knowledge. Okay, in fact, the reason why I'm getting my PhD is to contribute more. Okay, in terms of my experience, my knowledge, okay, and perhaps some of my leadership experience, okay, to all the new students, to the young people. Okay, so remember the objective of education is to make sure the generation is getting better from generation to the next generation. Okay, so by having the industrial knowledge, okay, so the student will expose, okay, during their study times, what are the real industry exposure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to know that there are people like doctor who are willing to educate our own people, because nowadays, as far as I know, most of the student wants to like work outside of the country or work overseas. So it's very good to know there are people like doctor who contribute back to our own society.
Yeah.
As far as I want to continue with the question, I'll have to postpone it here and pass it to my team member Akila. Thank you very much, doctor.
Welcome.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good morning, sir. Doctor. My name is Nur Akila and I'm from Bachelor of Electromechanical System in Unica MFI, currently in semester 3. So I will proceed to my question. Since you are in industry for 15 years and in education field for 10 years, so what is the biggest factor that has helped you to be successful?
So don't choose your project. Make sure you do all your project by your own and develop a very good team members.
Okay, thank you, sir. So the next question is, in your opinion, has the youth ethics changed in today's workplace?
The ethics change today.
Youth work ethic change in today's workplace.
The work ethic change to. Sorry, I can't capture the meaning of the questions. The work ethics become what, Akila?
The youth work ethic change in today's workplace.
The word hectic or the word ethic?
Ethic. Ethic.
Etika. Okay. Work ethic is basically it's a prerequisite. Okay, because you know, okay, even when you do something when either the thing that you want to do is right or wrong. Okay, so that is ethic. Okay, so with the ethics, okay, that's why I think in the university time, okay, you are taking ethics subjects, okay, because ethics is very important. It will guide you, okay. Number one, okay, is that the right thing to do, okay, and number two, you need to be ethical because when you make decisions, okay, your decision will bring good or harm to the others. Okay, like example, when you do design, okay, so when you are selecting material, so you must select the right material ethically. Okay, otherwise, if you choose the cheap material or the wrong material, perhaps the material will go to be used in the car. Okay, so in the car, perhaps at one times, maybe 5 or 7 people are on board. Okay, and then with your poor design, perhaps it can make the car crash. Okay, and perhaps all those passengers and drivers will have accidents. Okay, and perhaps will danger their life. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So my next question is, since you are in academic field for 10 years, so maybe if you are not a lecturer now, what ambition would you pursue and why?
Okay, perhaps a doctor. Okay, but I don't have interest in biology. Okay, yeah, maybe a doctor or lawyer. Okay, if I'm not a lecturer.
Wow, that's a good ambition. So then I'll proceed to another question. In your opinion, what kind of ethics do young people need to excel as a future leaders?
Simple. Be punctual. Okay, that's a simple answer. Okay, remember when you practice the engineering knowledge and technology knowledge, remember we have our own ethics in our country. Professional code of professional conduct. Okay, that's the title of the professional ethic in Malaysia. So you can refer in detail to Board of Engineer website. Okay, the ethic is a code of professional conduct. So you need to be registered with Board of Engineer Malaysia before you practice your work as a technologist or engineers in future. These are very good things to do. Yeah, and then furthermore, when you work later on, always improve yourself. Okay, through the formal training or through informal training, through your reading, through your networking. Okay, so all this will build your confidence, will build your skill. Remember, engineering or technologies, we need to make decision, okay, on what we design or what we do in the process. Yeah.
That's good to know about that thing from you. So my last question from me, which has been more valuable in your career, your education or your experience? Since you are in the working years for more than 20 years.
Both are very important. Yeah. So through the education, you can gain a very good experience. Yeah. Through your experience, you know which knowledge you can apply. Yeah. So we need to appreciate both the knowledge and also the experience, because the experience alone it will make my decision or my lecture will become one-sided. But with the knowledge, it can balance what we experience, okay, perhaps we know, okay, why this thing happen. For example, why this experience, sorry, why this thing happen, okay. So for example, the material failure, okay. So when there is a material failure, we know through the calculation, through the knowledge that we learn, the stress strain, yeah, from this knowledge, yeah, from this experimental, you know why this material fail and why you shouldn't approve the project with material failure and so on, because you will be jeopardize the other people life.
Okay. So we've come to the end of this interview session. So I would like to thank you, Doctor, for spending your time patiently and share lots of great information about your career journey.
Thank you, welcome.
We hope that you strive towards developing future achievements. Before we dismiss, we will have a virtual photo session with you, Dr. Azman.
Okay.
Okay. So I will start now. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Thank you again, Dr. Azman, for your time and for your information.
Okay, thank you everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.